Hello and welcome to the DFS_PhD show for today, the 30th of April. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us. Hey, I did okay on the night slate. And if you look at this lineup, I don't think I actually showed it bigger. Isaiah Joe's in there. Did you guys see Isaiah Joe play very much? He didn't. He didn't play very much. He played like 3 minutes, got 3 fantasy points. But Austin Reeves, Jose Alvarado, Najee Marshall. Yeah, I got I basically stacked the right game the right way. And besides that, I was making a conscious decision not to play anybody who cost money in the New Orleans Pelicans game. So that was the right thing to do on the night slate. And I got a couple of these showdown tickets for later. Now, again, this show is sponsored by Prediction Strike. So check out predictionstrike.com and use promo code PhD for their best deposit bonus. Should always try out these sites that have these bonuses because free money is free money and it's easier to get going. And if you understand, some random site, you can be the shark there. The sharks aren't always there, like they're definitely not there in the same numbers they are other places. So you can be like multiple defunct websites now I can name that have had to send me 1099 miscs before they went defunct. So please let Prediction Strike be that on their way to success and continued success, obviously, not on their way to being defunct. Okay, so sorry about that. I didn't practice that one before time ahead of time. Okay, so I got a bunch of rules for today. We got weird rotations. I love weird rotations. We had Portis obviously get ejected last game before we could really see what that rotation looked like. So you still have to guess what's going on with these rotations. My guess there is PatBev and AJ Green closing. That's one fork I added. And then BroLo and Portis and AJJ. Of them, I think I took max 2. Yeah, max 2. Let me put that in the name of the rule because this is like the Minnesota rule with Nas Reed in it, except Andre Jackson Jr. is playing the role of Nas Reed, which I know feels weird, but that's what I think this is with no Dame and no Giannis if they want to win. I don't think you put Jay in there at all. I don't think you put the other guy, Gallo. If Jay or Gallo sees the floor tonight, then I don't think they know ball. Hey, bud, what's up?
Have you seen a mouse piece?
No, I haven't seen it. Have you checked the box? Try the box. So anyway, yeah, I think that's where one place I have a good lean today. Other places where I've massively nice, exactly where we thought it would be. So I'm so glad to hear it, kid. Good work. Now, can you put on some pants before you come in here? I see. Good work. I'll be out in just 5 or 10 minutes. All right. So, yeah, 5 or 10 minutes more, guys. All right, so I got a bunch of leans here today, though. I want to make sure to get into them. Number one, New York City centers. It doesn't matter if Mitch Rob's in or not. They're all great plays. They're all under 10% owned, and I don't get it. You guys know Tibbs. At any given game, he could ride Hartenstein into the ground, or you've seen it also this year, he could ride Precious Achiuwa into the ground for 30 minutes if he sees something and gets like into that. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but he's done that with Hartenstein active on the roster this year multiple times. I think he was coming back from injury, so maybe not first choice, but maybe he gets injured today or something. Anyway, if he's 0.1% or whatever, I'm definitely having Precious Achiuwa. I think I said all my rules. Oh yeah, Beasley or Connaughton. I didn't mention that rule. So I firmed these rules up for the current rotations in this particular contest. Besides that, yeah, I clicked the Orlando point guard rule, but the other two are just unclickable. So it's just the Suggs rule. I did, yeah. And then let's see. So OG under projected without Bojan. You need to extend OG. Malik Beasley under projected minutes. Don't understand why. Lopez, same thing. Like just I assume Saberson will fix it, but if they don't, best play of the slate, hands down, is under projected. Brook Lopez. Um, yeah, and then within reason and rules, we have AJ Green, etc. But yeah, Mitchell Robinson doesn't matter. Either way, those guys are great plays. Either way, what else do we have here? OG's a great play. Jared Allen, not going overlooked, but a great play. Let's see, what else did I do to this? Obviously, I've made a lot of edits here. Just want to make sure I cover them all. Nembhard McConnell's a fork. You know it's a fork. I only boosted Nembhard though, because I think McConnell already is projected for an appropriate median. On Milwaukee, I think I changed pretty much everybody's projection. Chris Middleton needed to be a little higher. BroLo was just massively under. But Beverly and Beasley and yeah, even Green and Connaughton, just a little bit under what their median is with this rotation going. Like if any of them gets hot, any of those guys, even Andre Jackson Jr., if one of the other guys, like if one of the main guys is hot, he comes in for defense, right? Instead of Beverly playing, right? If they don't need Beverly to create offense, then probably you get point what? point Chris Portis, point AJ Green, somebody random at point, and defensive Andre Jackson Jr. instead. And if they're playing from behind, you get a bunch of shooters out there. Pat Connaughton comes out. Anyway, I haven't made the from behind, from ahead groups. You can if you want, though, if you're running 150. I'm only doing 40, so I figure it's probably a level of sophistication that's not necessary for that. On the Indiana side, couple disagreements, mostly Myles Turner underprojected. Nembhard for like current minutes, he's just smash, smash, smash. Probably best play of the slate. New York, I think I've told you everything I did there. Yep. Philadelphia, didn't do much there. Tobias just underprojected for, so I could go all the way to 33 if I was more confident in the play, because 33 is what he averaged with Embiid and Maxey in on the season. 20, this is his playoff average. That's using his playoff usage. I just think his playoff usage has been under what it will be long term. And like other teams are going to be able to shut down Maxey and Embiid, and he's supposed to be the number 3, and Oubre's feeling sick or whatever. Today's the day if it's ever going to be. All right, so now I've talked team by team, right? Pretty much about every team. Oh, did I talk about Orlando? No, I did not. So with Orlando, I had this, now it's a max 2 rule with Mo, Carter Jr., and Isaac, because Isaac can get extended at the 4 or the 5. So that's what I think he could be extended alongside either of these guys, and he could be extended in place of either of these guys. So what do you do with that? I don't know. I played a lot more than the field on Isaac, Carter Jr., and Wagner probably, but not slamming them. Obviously, I'm not. Yeah, I didn't even have to add a rule, max ownership for that, so that's good. I have not looked at these exposures yet. Hey, they're okay. Oh, I guess I did cap a few of them. So my cores are Anunoby, Beasley, Turner, and Nembhard. These are guys who just getting massive minutes, massive usage for the playoffs, and their prices are still from regular seasons. So, and I mean, OG, you have an injury today. So those are your guys. The field is on other guys. I'm not. Portis has been priced up. He's priced appropriately now. For him to be chalk, fine. But I mean, he could still get in foul trouble. I probably want to cover the field, but I'm not going to like slam Bobby Portis today because that's the obvious play. And he kind of needs all the minutes to get there. He's priced high. He's priced 7,600. Let me name some other people who are priced at 7,600. Josh Hart, Donovan Mitchell, Paolo Banchero. So like, yes, he's good. He's a good play without Giannis, but he's a good play at 7K without Giannis. Is he a good play at 8K? I don't think he's a 37 to 20 play over Donovan Mitchell. I don't think he's a 2x play over Donovan Mitchell and Banchero, even Tyrese Maxey. I'd rather play any of these guys at the next level, that 8K range. These guys all have 60-point upside. Maybe Bobby does. What do we think? Let's look at SaberSim's projections. Maybe. Oh my gosh. This is an absurd amount of projections giving Bobby Sims a 4, 6, 7% chance of 60 fantasy points or more. I don't know, man. What are we saying about for Siakam or like Middleton or something? For a 10, it's lower than Bobby Portis. Anyway, I'm not there with you guys on the Bobby Portis smash potential at that level. I don't see it. So he can get there. It's just what's like you got to take into account the defense, right? Is he not? He's going against. Oh, I guess he's the 4, so he's going against the 4 on Indiana. Not going against Myles, but still, there's a rim protector in there. And you got all these other. I don't know. I'm not there with you guys on that particular play. Today, Bobby Portis, Brunson. I mean, Chase much, right? These two plays don't make sense to me. They're not better than they were. Yes, Brunson went off. Yes, he could go off again. He's incredible. But 15%, that's fine. 20%, that's fine. You don't need to be over the field on these guys who are like have to smash the whole game to get there. Embiid, Turner, they just need the minutes. You give them minutes, they smash. Those are my guys. Those are the dudes today. If they get the minutes, they smash. You're AJ Green, like Beasley. Beasley's a guy you give him these minutes, he's going to get points. I mean, he's getting rebounds, he's getting assists. He gets much higher usage with Giannis and friends off the court. So anyway, these are my guys I'm on today. They slightly differ from the guys you guys are on. Chris Middleton, what do you gain by going to Chris Middleton? I'm a little surprised so many people are on Evan Mobley. That doesn't seem right. I boosted him, and I'm still not getting there. So I don't know what y'all are doing there. Niang is a full unclick for me. 25% of you are nuts. Gary Harris, 25% of you again. He's just not high enough usage to win you this kind of slate. Don't play Gary Harris very much in GPPs. Like he could, but 10 to 15% chance. 30%? No. No. Clear no for me. OG, yeah, way above the field. Let's look at leverage now. Make sure I've told you all the plays that I'm way on because some of them I set pretty low limits on. Mo Wagner, Yeah, low limit play. Tobias, I told you about. And obviously, I've been telling you over and over, OG, Nembhard, Beasley, Turner. They're not doing 100K up top for this last game. I guess they think nobody cares about that. I'm very interested in this last game tonight. It'd be a very fun showdown to look at. Fine, can't say stuff like that and not look at it. So let me pull this up in a new window. I might know how to do that. I might be too old to actually successfully pull up a new window and just create. Great. Just for some reason, it always loops in my old rules. I did not ask it to do that, but you have to go make sure that you have the correct number of dupes for the slate you're going to do, and then make sure none of your old from the finals last year rules are there, which, you know, as bad things go, that's a fine thing to revisit from time to time. So let's look at, make sure my bounds are right. 47,500 to 49,500. Yeah, 600. I got messed over one time that way. Okay. Now, you know, I got rules here. What were my rules? Number one, unclick, unclick, unclick. So I could just run it for you and say what the naive plays are. That's probably fine to do. Naively, I wouldn't put any of these guys except maybe AJ Green or Pat Connaughton or AJ Jr. Fine. A lot of these guys are in play. Okay, so I'll run this while I build a new one. Is that how that works? Can I do that? Build lineups and then why would it not take all my rules that I just clicked? Whatever. I don't understand how it chooses defaults, but okay. I bring this up because I'm going to show you all the rules that I would add to this because I'm going to add some rules. I just added them to the other one. What was it? It was max to I talked about Portis and none of these are the same rules from last time. We got Toppin or Nesmith. That seems reasonable as a still valuable rule. But what other rules we got here? Yeah, gonna have to add them because this is a weird rotation. Obviously, we didn't have these ones before. So max one, or what my max one Connaughton, and the other shooter was Beasley. Beasley group, no more than one. Connaughton, Beasley, and utility, Beasley, Connaughton, no more than one. But then we also have to remember massive boost. These guys, one of them is going to play more. So make sure you represent that. We don't know which one it is. I don't really want it to be that much Pat Connaughton's 22. Okay, so max one of those is in. Now the next rule is, first of all, are these guys, no, these aren't really right. 48, 48. That's fine. 44, 38. Nesmith, Beverly. Right, Beverly, I had a rule. It's a Nembhard Beverly rule, and both of them are higher. Isn't that it? No, it should have been a Nembhard Beverly rule. What was that rule? Let's go back. That's why you don't leave your Saber Sims, guys. Don't leave your old Saber Sims. That's why I tried to create a new rule. That's why you never close a tab, or at least that's why this old person never closes his tabs. Because then you're going back and trying to figure out what was that rule. And I wanted to reference the specific setting right here. Load it. BroLo, Portis, AJJ. So Beasley, Connaughton, PatBev, AJ Green. Okay, that's fair. So it's Beasley, Connaughton, and then PatBev, AJ Green. So PatBev, AJ Green, close. Group, no more than one. PatBev, AJ Green. Utility or captain. But both have an upside that needs to be considered. PatBev and AJ Green. AJ Green's upside is lower, like 22. PatBev's upside is like maybe even more than that, 32. No, he's fine. Beasley's about the same one. Okay, I feel pretty solid. What was the other rule? There was like what was this max something rule? Shift tab. Wait, no, that's too far. Okay, it's over here. So max 2, BroLo, Portis, and AJJ. I like that one. I liked all the rules, so I got to put them all here. Max 2, Portis, BroLo, AJJ. This is the one that we did. This is like the piece of information we did get from them yesterday is that or 2 days ago, that BroLo, that AJJ is the one who's going to get massively extended off the bench in the case that Portis got ejected. I think they do the same thing in the case where BroLo gets ejected, and they would just shift Portis to the 5. So that's my thesis here in case you want to follow it. That's why I'm doing this max 2 rule. It's not just, oh yeah, I like those guys. Have a better reason than that, please. All right, so Andre Jackson, McConnell's in that other rule. I haven't activated, so I need to put that rule in. Nembhard McConnell is a good rule. Because yeah, McConnell really should be at this level, and I'll add that rule. Nembhard, McConnell, work. This is how you win showdowns in the playoffs, because if you can ensure that your phase space is more proper than somebody else's phase space, I know that I'm getting into science talk now, but if you're sampling the more correct phase space, then with your however many lineups, you're getting a better sample of phase space. So yeah, everybody's taking their like best overall lineups, but your dense sampling of phase space enables you to find the optimal more quickly. I'm out on Jake Crowder. I'm out on McDermott. I'm out on Ben Shepherd. I think Toppin has a way there. Okay. Same thing. Don't want any of these guys, not even for leverage. They're all garbage. Doug McDermott, maybe I leave in because he's the min, and I want to consider zeros. And he might play off the bench compared to, I don't know, some of these other guys I might prefer. If he's, what's McDermott, 7%? So if I'm going to play a min guy off the bench, didn't Ijax play? Isaiah Jackson. Stats. Didn't he play in this series? Yeah, he's played, no, he didn't. He played 2 games, 2 minutes each. That's a 0 that I cannot take because it's definitely a 0. I don't think Gallo's the guy, maybe gets in this rotation. Maybe if you wanted to take, he is mid-price. So I don't know, you could take a swing on Gallo maybe if he's really going to be 0. Put him at 2, something like that. Put him in the mix at like 1% owned. Okay, so 1% is important to put in there because I am putting a Geomean ownership at 21 for this game. All right, so Connaughton, Beasley, BroLo, PatBev, AJ. I think I've put everybody where I want them. Did I add the Nembhard rule? Yep. Okay, we're going to click the button. And we're going to build 5,000 because that's what I paid for. It takes a little while longer. And the button is available, which means we can go back to the other naive set of lineups that doesn't have these rules set. And we can check that out while we're waiting for this to run. I think. I don't really remember the rules of Saber Sim, so possible we'll have to wait for the other one to run before we can look at this build, but I think we can look at the build. Okay. Dope. So this is the naive build for Showdown. Should be, once it loads. Not loading is a bit unusual. We've got a pool here. Let's sort it by Saber score for single game, guys. Okay. If it ever gets hung, that's how you can fix it. It's just like it's waiting for input somehow for some reason. It's way too much Obi Toppin. You know, play a little if you're in the mood, but I'm not in the mood. TJ McConnell. I like that. I like a little TJ McConnell contrarian captain. I'll leave a few shares, maybe 20%. Nah, 15%. I like Myles Turner the best. That's why I'm trying to make that the most. So Myles Turner, TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell is a little speculative. We'll be 10x the field on TJ McConnell captain shares. Thank you very much. Pat Connaughton captain shares. Yeah, these guys could get extended. Bobby Portis, 70 plus. Oh, no captain. Yeah, his price is pretty high. I think I can get behind that. Because these other guys are more likely to be able to have a relative to their price pop-off game that's higher than Bobby Portis. What's his price on this? This is Showdown? 9,400. Tyrese Halliburton's 10-6, guys. I mean, like, that's what I'm trying to impress upon you in this video. Yes, Bobby Portis is a great play normally, but he's a great play normally because the other guys get ruled out the day of, right? These guys have been gone for a while, and Bobby Portis was supposed to play a lot last game, and this game he's priced for it. So don't be one of these guys who's in a 44% Bobby Portis zone. I say as I'm 70% Bobby Portis. Let me lower that. I think 60% chance he gets fully extended. I think it's fine to limit him and have just a zillion Myles Turner, basically. Yep, 80% Myles Turner. That's my view of the slate. With the minutes he's getting right now and the usage that he just gets by being in the game, he doesn't have to do anything. Like, what kind of move does he have to put on Bobby Portis to score? This move. Lay the ball in. You know what I mean? So I'm way on Myles Turner. More so, I don't like being on this much Halliburton, actually. Halliburton seems kind of injured, and he covered the field maybe, but I wouldn't be more than the field on Halliburton in any context tonight. Yeah, it's fine in a captain as well because like he could go off for a triple double with like 20 assists or something. But that's really where I'm at tonight. I'm thinking I'm alt over assists for Halliburton because I don't think he's going to take the day off, but I also don't think he's really going to be fully engaged as a shooter. It doesn't matter to him. This is a crazy amount of Andre Jackson Jr. What, 35% chance the other guy's getting foul trouble? All right, now we got a reasonable set, and I have to enter it, so I have to figure out what the 20 max looks like for the showdown tonight because these are all pretty dope lineups. Oh, right. But these are unlimited. So that's why these are weird and like there seem like rules are being broken. Yeah. So if I looked in my build, I would find it's not done yet. Could not build lineups. Come on, that's nonsense. Well, if that's the case, then I'll just say you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us.